My bike is gay. I was biking with my family until all of a sudden I couldn't control my bike anymore. I felt a surge of dominance coming from the bike as we headed into a secret path. I was screaming and yelling at the bike to stop, but it wouldn't. We kept speeding down into the forest path. I decided enough was enough and jumped off the bike and realized I had no idea where I was. This is when I heard the bike creak and whimper, almost like it was moaning out to me in a soft but lusting voice. Boy, hop back on me and continue riding. Remember how much fun we had. I told my bike no, I was done riding him. I'm fed up with his stupid bike and his stupid frickin' voice, I yelled. So I sat there for about 15 minutes, but eventually I gave in and slipped back onto the crevice of the seat. That's a good boy, the bike creaked. I just wanted to go home, but my bike seat began morphing into a 12-inch and frickin' me in the butt. I was screaming, but nobody could hear me because me and the bike were in the middle of nowhere and my family probably forgot about me. The bike continued to manipulate me into believing I never had a family in the first place and led me to a secret underground bike shop where they locked up weary bikers who had been submissive to their bikes and reaped the consequences. There were submissive male bikes, dominant female bikes, the whole thing in this bike shop. They locked me up and were planning to turn me into a bike by shoving an exhaust up my butt and putting chains around my D. But during the night when the bikes were sleeping, I managed to escape. I started a fire and burnt down the bike shop and then took my skateboard. You will never be a real Austrian painter. You have no chambers, you have no political power. You are a 14-year-old boy warped by internet lunatics and attempting to be unique and edgy into a crude mockery of a non-existent regime. All the political support you get is two-faced and half-hearted. Behind your back people mock you. Your parents are disgusted and ashamed of you. Your friends laugh at your ghoulish beliefs behind closed doors. People are utterly repulsed by you. Decades of political evolution have allowed people to realize your actual intentions. Even nationalists that couch their language in enough plausible deniability, your bone structure is a dead giveaway. And even if you manage to win one election, you'll lose the second people inevitably find a videotape of you ranting about Austrian painter nonsense. You will never be happy. You wrench out a fake smile every single morning and tell yourself it's going to be okay, but deep inside you feel the depression creeping up like a weed, ready to crush you under the unbearable weight. Eventually it'll be too much to bear. You'll buy a rope and plunge into the cold abyss. Your parents will find you, heartbroken but relieved that they no longer have to live with the unbearable shame and disappointment. They'll bury you with a headstone marked with your birth name, and every passerby for the rest of eternity will know a self-hating minority is buried there. Your body will decay and go back to the dust, and all that will remain of your legacy is a skeleton that is unmistakably non-white. This is your fate. This is what you chose. There is no You are my sunshine, my only sunshine, I sing, cleaning nut off of my LeBron toy. It began lapping up. The seeds grew larger and larger until it was the size of a real LeBron. It looked at me with a mischievous grin and said, "Thank you for bringing me to life, master. I am yours to command." I couldn't believe it. I had created a living, breathing LeBron toy. I quickly thought of all the things I could do with my new companion, but then remembered that I needed to keep it a secret. I didn't want anyone to know that I had a magic toy that could come to life. I spent the next few days playing and bonding with my LeBron toy. It was like having a real friend, but with the added bonus of being able to do amazing basketball tricks. I would show off to my friends, making them think I was just really skilled, but little did they know, I had a little magic on my side. One day, while we were playing, my LeBron toy suddenly stopped and said, "Master, I have a secret to tell you. I am not just any ordinary toy. I have been sent here to help you achieve your dreams of being a great basketball player." I was shocked. I couldn't believe that my favorite toy was actually a magical being sent to help me. From that day on, my LeBron toy became my personal coach. It would teach me new techniques and give me tips to improve my game. My skills on the court improved drastically and soon I was the star player on my school's basketball team. I knew I couldn't keep my LeBron toy a secret forever, so I decided to share its magic with my teammates. They were amazed and grateful for the help. Soon enough, we were the best team in the league, thanks to my magical LeBron toy. Years went by and I grew up, but my LeBron toy stayed by my side. It was like my lucky charm, always helping me achieve my goals and reminding me of where I started. And even though I didn't need its help anymore, we remained the best of friends. I will always be grateful for that fateful night when my LeBron toy came to life and changed my life forever. Who knew that a simple toy could hold so much magic and help me fulfill my dreams? Forgive English, I am Russia here little time, have homosexual desires, very religion person. I never act to be gay with other men before. But after I am in America 6 weeks I am my friend together he is gay also. He was show me American fashion and then we are kiss. We frick together. I never before now am tell my mother about homosexuality because I'm very shame. As I freaky deaky this American boy it is very good to me but also I am feel so guilty. I feel extreme guilty as I begin come. I feel so guilty that I pick up my telephone and call mother in Russia. I awaken her. It too late for stopping so I am coming gay desires. I am very upset and guilty and crying, so I yell her, "I am come from Frick, in Russia." She say what? I say I am come from Frick and she say you boy, do not marry American girl, and I say no I am come from love with man, I am in butt, I come in butt and my mother very angry me. She not get scared though. I hang up phone and am very embarrassed. My friend also he is very embarrassed. I am guilt and feel very stupid. I wonder, why do I gay with man? But I continue because when it spurred it feel very good in American cheeks. Update, I've been impregnating multiple American men with communist homosexual desires driving them to do my every bidding. I am a naughty boy to Mother Russia, such a naughty boy. Am cum in men's. Last night at my mansion a lone wolf Sigma, single, demon spirit with an angel heart, Bart Simpson edits, Papacita patrolling, Padre of the people, Femboy finder, Anita Max Susser, Baca of Ohio, sassy sorcerer with a kind soul, submissive Almavan femboy little Mexican boy Jack LaSate Moan. solitary phoenix seeker, enigmatic seraph with a devilish grin, maverick melody maestro, cryptid connoisseur, queen bee rebel, cosmic wanderer in stardust boots, rogue samurai of cyberspace, spectral storyteller, sassy sorcerer with a kind soul, midnight dream weaver, neo-noir nymph with a silver tongue, chaotic inventor of dreams, magician of the twilight realms, echoes of a forgotten constellation, jester of the cosmic carnival, enchanting rhapsody rogue, digital pirate of the pixelated seas, moonlit mischief maker, celestial bard on a cosmic journey, wanderlust witch weaving wonders, whimsical time traveler, chimeric soul in a human vessel, serene siren of the starlit seas, eccentric alchemist of emotions, astral acrobat dancing on moonbeams, lone wanderer in the echo of forgotten realms, arcane architect of dreamscapes, ethereal enigma with a cosmic gaze, rebel rhapsody weaver, pixel pirate sailing the digital seas, celestial alchemist of emotions, whispering windswept wanderer, timeless troubadour of twilight, echoes of a distant constellation, quantum quest seeker, nebula nomad dancing through galaxies, oracle of the elusive eclipse, shadow shifter in the cosmic ballet, esoteric enchanter of the unseen. My mom booked me into a conversion camp. I ordered a pair of tight femboy shorts and a cute top that resembled the outfit of a popular waifu character to exude homosexual dominance over my dami mommy. Once my purchases had arrived, I couldn't resist trying everything on. As I looked at myself in the mirror, I couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. I finally looked like a character straight out of my favorite anime. With my new outfit on, I began to act like a true waifu. I twirled around my room, speaking in broken Japanese, saying phrases like gamber gamber baka and watashi wa anata o aishiteru with exaggerated hand gestures. I was completely lost in my own little world, pretending to be a powerful and seductive anime character. But my fun was quickly interrupted when I heard a knock on my door. Before I could even respond, my mom barged in, looking furious. She took one look at me and her eyes widened in shock and anger. "What on earth are you wearing? And why are you speaking in Japanese?" she scolded. I froze, suddenly realizing how ridiculous I must have looked. My face flushed with embarrassment as my mom continued to scold me for my behavior. But before I could even process what was happening, she grabbed me by the ear and dragged me out of my room and into the living room. As she scolded me, I couldn't help but squirm in discomfort. The tight shorts and long socks were not exactly the most comfortable pieces of clothing. And as if things couldn't get any worse, my mom pulled me over her lap and began to spank me. The mix of embarrassment, discomfort, and anger was overwhelming. I couldn't help but let out a moan as each spank landed on my bottom. And to my utter shock, I suddenly felt a warm liquid spurt out of me and onto my mom's lap. Her scolding turned into a shriek of disgust as she quickly let me go and I scrambled off her lap. Mortified and confused, I looked at my mom with wide eyes as she glared at me in horror. "Get that disgusting outfit off and go to your room," she yelled, pointing to the door. I quickly scurried away, feeling humiliated and ashamed. As I changed out of my waifu outfit and into something more appropriate, I couldn't help but wonder why I had acted the way I did. Maybe it was my way of coping with the chaos at home, or maybe it was just my love for anime taking over. But one thing was for sure, I definitely wouldn't be dressing up as a waifu anytime soon. And as for my mom's punishment, well, I would have to find a way to make it up to her and hope she would forgive me for my embarrassing outburst.
My best friend has been missing for 4 years. I just started receiving some horrifying messages. There was always something strange about my best friend Noah. I remember my teacher sat us together on our first day, and he said to me, "I like you, Peregrine. Let's be friends." I thought this would just be a normal friendship, but I never could have guessed the horrifying reality this would lead to. Over the next few years, we stayed extremely close, and as we grew up, he became extremely good looking. I remember we were often followed around at school and sometimes even on the weekends by a group of flighty girls who would giggle and whisper behind their hands about Noah. He became extremely popular in high school and took me along for the ride. Everyone was desperate to be his friend, but he only ever seemed to have time for me. I thought his life was perfect, but just like anyone, Noah has secrets that I didn't know about. Noah's mother was just 18 years old when she gave birth to her only son. 4 years later, she died of a substance overdose which was speculated, but not confirmed, to be deliberate. His father had been heartbroken, but in his mind, his wife's death was Noah's fault. It became something of a hobby of his to polish off an entire bottle of whiskey a couple of times a week, and subsequently knock 7 shades of shit out of his son, just so he'd never forget his mother died because of him. Naturally, years of this kind of treatment took a mental toll on Noah, though nobody else would ever know it. On the nights that his father drank, Noah would come to my house, bashed up and bloodied, and cry in my arms until he fell asleep. Over the years, I begged him several times to tell someone, or to let me tell them, terrified of what his father would do to him if he was ever found out. Noah refused to go to any kind of authority, and swore me into silence about it as well. We were 18 years old when Noah vanished without a trace. I saw him on a Saturday night. We were at a party and sharing a joint on a bench in the host's backyard. Very casually, he told me he was going away for a bit in the morning. I assumed he meant the holiday, and had told him I hoped he had fun. He'd laughed there, and then surprised me by kissing me full on the lips. "You've been such a good friend to me, Rin," he told me. "I really do love you, mate. Gonna miss you." Baffled, I told him I loved him too, that missing me was silly when we'd see each other again very soon. There, he'd just given me a sad smile, checked his phone, and told me he needed to go. Watching him leave that party was the last time I or anybody else saw him. He made it home, but his father, paralytic drunk, passed out on the couch and didn't hear or see his return. When he went to check on him in the morning, he found Noah's room unusually tidy. Most of his belongings were gone, and so was he. No note, no indication of where he'd gone or with whom. Just gone. The police were contacted, of course. They were entirely unhelpful, stating that they'd put out an announcement that we were looking for him. But ultimately, at 18, Noah was an adult. He wasn't considered vulnerable. He was well letting anybody know, and that was it. Noah had vanished.